Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and guys, I'm going to be doing It's a Dog's Love Part 3, and it's going to be, and this is episode 2. So we're going to just complete this real quick, complete this episode. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. I quickly ducked around the door, gasping in shock. Well, yesterday, as you can remember, she figured out that the boys are half dogs. Or dogs. Oh my god. Am I dreaming? Those were dog ears, right? Footsteps. I squeezed my eyes shut, hoping they didn't hear. But it's all in vain. Peachy? The door swings open and I'm caught like a deer in the headlights, staring up at Shep. For a moment he towers over me, but the next second he's stepping back with the door open. Come in. I look between him and the two other boys before stepping gingerly through the door. What's going on? My eyes flicker to their ears and linger there. Dobby's ears twitch and I'm overcome with the inexplicable urge to reach up and touch them. I wonder if they're soft. Dobby lets out a small sigh as he scratches the back of his head. I guess we've got some explaining to do. Yes, you do. You have a lot of explaining to do. Benner looks between the two of us, his head tilting to one side. Here, you should sit. I nod slowly, taking a seat in the chair he offers me. Long story short, we're all what are called half dogs, hence the ears. I blink. I can feel my brain turning over this new piece of information. It just means that we're dogs and have the ability to change into humans. But we can still turn it back into a true dog if we want to. We can also talk to other dogs. He seems more excited than worried. Shep shoots him a look and Benner bites his lip, looking down. But it would be bad if the news got out. There's an edge to his voice that makes my shoulders stiffen. Dobby cuts in. So we would appreciate it if you could keep it on the DL. For both heaven and our safety. He flashes me a smile. Please? To say he was giving me puppy dog eyes would have been too on the nose. I almost laugh at the internal pun. What should I do? Yeah, of course. I nod, even though it still feels like some sort of bad joke. Shep regards me for a moment before turning to look at Dobby. Dobby nods, seemingly satisfied. Shep and Benner also relax, showing visible signs of relief. Good, it's getting late. We should all get going. I make my way home in a daze, stepping into my tiny apartment, wondering how exactly I got there. What a day. I flip over and bury my face in my pillows. I don't think I've ever buried my face in my pillows unless I'm like crying. Even then it's rare. Just saying. The image of all three boys in their ears flashed behind my eyes. again. Why does Dobby look like he jumped into the ocean when it was winter? And then Benner looks like Casper. Like literally, Shep is the only one that has regular skin. Half dogs, huh? And all three of them too. What are the chances? Tiredness washes over me as I heave another sigh. I fall into a fitful sleep, my dreams full of secrets too big to tell the world. Welcome to heaven. The customer bows, their Scottish Terrier whining as it walks in behind them. Hello, would it be possible? Hello, I would like a consultation if it's possible. Mindy has just been so under the weather lately, and I'm wondering what could possibly be wrong. As if on cue, Mindy the Scottish Terrier lets out another long whine and curls up on the floor next to her owner's feet. I nod, smiling brightly as I turn towards the employee's door. I pop my head through to call down the hallway. There's a customer asking for a consultation. Can someone help? A moment of silence passes. I'll be in there in just a moment. I turn back into the main shop and inform the customer that someone will be with her in just a moment. Dobby emerges from the back door with a slight grin, meeting the customer with a bow. How can I help you today? The customer recounts her story, and Dobby turns his eyes onto the Scottish Terrier. What happens next makes me want to do a couple of double takes. Dobby rounds the customer and crouches down in front of the dog, speaking to it as if to a person. Whoa, it's just like they said last night. He's really talking to it. I watch in muted fascination as Dobby asks the dog a series of questions, to which the dog responds with barks and yips. After a couple minutes of a strange one-sided conversation, Dobby gets up. Please wait just a moment. Yeah. He disappears into the back of the shop, only to return with a moment later with a small bottle of pills. He pops the lid and bends down to offer it to the dog on the palm of his hand. Mindy gives it one sniff before reluctantly lapping it up. Dobby straightens, offering the bottle to the customer. This should make her feel better within a week. Give this to her twice a day, once a morning before breakfast and once a night before bed. Mindy, the Scottish Terrier, wags her tail, already looking more energetic than before. The customer thanks Dobby profusely as she pays for the medicine. She leaves the shop with a deep bow, Mindy trotting behind her. What do I say? So is Mindy gonna be alright? Yeah, it was just a case of a small stomach bug. I nodded, searching his face. Oh, okay. A small moment of silence follows, but I frown up at him. If I were just then why does he look so sad? Dobby. What else did you and Mindy talk about? This time Dobby hesitates, his lips pressing into a thin line as he mulls over his words. She was a stray. I suck in a breath, and she was close to death when her current owner found her. My chest seizes as his words, a wave of empathy crashing over me. Dobby lets out alongside before shaking his head. She just wanted to say thank you, that's all. His voice is thick with emotion. I almost take a step forward, almost ask him what's wrong, but he's already turning away. I watch him leave with a tightness in my chest I have no explanation for. Dobby is strangely absent for the rest of the day. Chef takes over his shift earlier than usual. And it's during a lull in customers that I seek him out. Can I ask you something? Chef grins. Aren't you all ready? I roll my eyes. Chef nods, finally relenting. What's up? I take a deep breath. So, this afternoon, a customer came in and Dobby spoke with their dog. Afterwards, he told me that the dog was a stray and picked up by the current owner, and that she was really thankful. But after that, he got quiet and he looked so sad. Chef has gone abari still as he listens to me recount the events of earlier that day. I look at him, frowning slightly. Ah, yes. Well, he frowns, looking at me, looking as if he were struggling with himself to whether or not to continue. Finally, he turns back to me with a deep sigh. Dobby was abandoned by his owner. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Chef offers me a light smile. It happened a long time ago, but it's still fresh in his mind. The way he tells it, his owner was a kind-hearted, loving man, but there was no way he'd do such a thing. I feel my throat tighten as the prospect of being abandoned by someone you love so much, and without even an explanation. So he's determined to find his owner even now. Should I ask him to elaborate? I purse my lips, swallowing down a belly full of questions. Instead, I nod and offer Chef a thankful grin. Thank you for telling me this. Chef shakes his head. He would have rather told you sooner or later. Still, Chef reaches out and puts a hand on my head, giving it a soft pat. Don't go worrying too much about it. We're all doing our best to help him find clues. The back door opens and we both turn to see Benner peeking around the door frame, a sheepish smile on his face. Chef scoffs. It's rude to eavesdrop. Benner lets out a sheepish little laugh and steps into the main shop. It's not like I meant to. I just happened to overhear you guys. Chef heaves another sigh, but it doesn't push it. Benner joins us with a bright grin, turning his gaze towards me. Actually, I've been helping Dobby search for the clues too. I smile. Somehow, he has a way of sounding so excited about everything. It makes me want to be excited too. I square my shoulders and look between the both of them. I want to help out too. In any way I can. Chef and Benner trade a hesitant look, but I puff out my chest, determined to stand my ground. I'm part of the shop too now. Part of the family. Chef relents faster than I expect him to. A lopsided grin as he jerks his head towards the back door. Come on, let's go find him. Benner laughs, a distinct spring to his step as he follows behind me. $10 he's mopping in the back alley. At that, Chef lets out a bark of laughter. Only an idiot would take that bet. It turns out that they were both right. We find Dobby leaning against the wall of the back alley, his face set in a melancholic mask. Hey, boss. He puts his hand up to his forehead in a mock of salute, grinning as Dobby starts turning towards us. I told you not to call me that. The shop's shutting us out. Then shop shutting us out. Then shop shutting us. I think it's supposed to be. Then I think it's supposed to say stop. Because it says shop. I believe it's supposed to say stop. Then stop shutting us out when you're not doing well. Dobby scowls, his eyes narrowing, his sharp features made all the sharper by the dim lighting of the alley. I'm doing just fine. His voice is clipped and I almost feel Steph rolling his eyes. Are not. Dobby shoots him a half-hearted glare. I step in before the situation can escalate. We just want to help. Dobby's gaze settles on me, his face flickering through a range of emotions before his shoulders relax. He runs a hand through his hair, letting out a long sigh. I'm sorry, I'll be fine. I just need a minute. The shop doorbell rings, signaling the arrival of a customer, and all three of the boys straighten. Shep turns to give Dobby's shoulder a squeeze. Take your time. Benner and I will handle it. Benner nods, grinning as he always is. Yeah, take as much time as you need. Dobby gives the pair of them a grateful smile as they turn back into the shop, leaving the two of us alone in the alley. I peer into Dobby's face, my chest tight with worry. He looks so sad. He must really miss his owner. And he must have loved his owner so much. I should say something. No, I bite the words I want to say and offer him a soft smile instead. He looks at me for a moment before leaning back against the wall and casting his eyes upwards towards the silver of deep blue sky. Thank you. Dobby looks back towards me, his expression soft. For being here. I blush, folding my arms across my chest on instinct. Of course. Of course. And I want to help. Dobby's eyes widen for a brief moment before he lets out a helpless laugh. Of course you do. His voice is quiet and almost fond. I try to hide my embarrassment with a cough. The sky dims and the wind picks up. I shiver, wrapping my hands around myself. Come on, let's get back inside. I follow him, noting that his shoulders are more relaxed and the voice is lighter. He seems like he's feeling better. Thank goodness. And I breathe a sigh of relief, glad that at least now things are peaceful again. Closing shift is always easier with Benner. And after the events of afternoon, it's nice to be with his light, carefree personality. Actually, Peachy, yes, I glance up from the cash register, where I'm double-checking the cash again against the records for the day. Dobby isn't really into this kind of thing, but it's his birthday today, I guess. Oh, my mind spins, unsure of exactly how to respond. What do I say? Let's go present shopping! No. Oh my god, there we go. Well, We'll have to do something, nods excitedly. Yes, that's what I was thinking. We should throw him a surprise party. I let an excited squeal. Ah! I love surprise parties. I clap my hands, feeling kind of like a kid as Benner details his ingenious plans for Chef to distract Dobie by leading him on some errands. Meanwhile, you and I will decorate the shop and order the cake. Sounds like a plan. Benner checks the time before turning back to me, his game face already firmly in place. Alright, you call the cake shop and I'll go get the decorations. We've had them for weeks. I make a delivery request in record time and hurry back to the front of the shop to help Benner with the decorations. I laugh, jumping down from a small step stool to admire my handiwork on the wall hangings. The large glittery words spell out happy birthday in massive bubble letters. It's perfect. He throws his arms around my shoulders and pulls me in for a hug. I don't have time to properly process it before he's pulling me off towards the back of the store, rambling about the balloon colors. How many colors should we do? 3 or 4? We shouldn't do too many, or else it'll be too much. I smell as obvious enthusiasm and affection for his friend, nodding along with his words. We spend a little too long on the balloons, but by the end of it, I'm laughing so hard my stomach hurts. The cake shows up just in time. We barely put the candles in before we get a text from Chef telling us that they're a minute away. I have to remind myself to breathe properly as we both wait for the door to open. And finally, what seems like an eternity of a minute, the doorbell chimes, and Dobie walks through the door. Benner and I jump out from behind the counters, party poppers in our hands. Surprise! And that is the end of chapter 2. That's all for today, guys. Bye.